what's going on in the news today.
Caution. You have entered No Spin Zone, and welcome to the O'Reilly Factor. Tonight, we are over the news in Orlando, where 50 people have reportedly been killed by Islamic terrorism in the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida. Let's start off talking about what's really at stake right now. Many Americans and liberal pundits on the left, including members of MSNBC and NBC, have labeled this as a war against gays and that stricter gun control would prevent this from happening. But let's talk about the facts, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, facts don't necessarily care about your feelings. Let's start off by defining what a mass shooting is. Many people go around about how the United States has far more mass shootings than Canada or really anywhere else in the world combined. But realistically, what does define a mass shooting? It will vary between statistics because mass shooting is not a legally defined term. So next time you hear someone say mass shooting, really ask them how many, and I guarantee you they won't give you an answer. Let's talk about gun control for a second. Gun control throughout the country has had no proof, there's been no statistical proof that it has lowered homicide rates or anything of that nature. Chicago has the strictest gun control in the country, yet has the largest homicide rates in the country, and we have seen that 92% of all homicides and mass shootings are occurring in gun-free zones. This attack had nothing to do with my right to bear arms as a legal citizen of the United States, but Islamic terrorism. Islamic terrorism and global terrorism has been on the rise 80% over the past year. And Muslims and Islamism and radical Islams have declared war on America, but yet our president has yet to find out what this issue really means.
You know what? He's right. A war on Islamic terrorism is the way to go. But you know what? Just to get both sides of the issue, I'm going to tune into MSNBC to see what they have to say.
So today there was an incident in Orlando, Florida, where a man who was already pledged to ISIS has shot up a gay nightclub. 50 dead, 53 wounded, and more to come. You know what? I call on the people of the United States to call for a referendum on gun control. Don't you people understand? The largest mass shooting in United States history has just occurred. We are supposed to be advancing, not going backwards. This is ridiculous, people. What don't you understand? It's time for us to stand up against the conservatives who keep blaming immigration. This is not immigration. This is a domestic issue. A domestic issue. Here at home, I can go buy an assault rifle down the street. Easy as that. Well, you know what? It shouldn't be. It really, really shouldn't be. And I am ashamed. That is all I have to say.
Good evening, my name is Dan Madden.
I'm Bob Donahue.
And I'm Anthony Eldridge.
And today we take a look at the differences between Fox News and MSNBC. With Fox News, populist candidate Bill O'Reilly and conservative Megyn Kelly, who headline Fox News, often represent the conservative viewpoint on many stories, social, political, and economical. They say they're fair and balanced, but there also is conservative tie in between every story they tell. Like we saw in Orlando, Bill O'Reilly and other members of Fox News will often argue that this case of radical Islamic terrorism was the absolute motive and had nothing to do with the liberal side, which is gun control and the Second Amendment.
But at MSNBC, the focus at the channel pertaining to the Orlando accident was more of gun control and how to prevent criminals from gaining guns so easily. Taking a look at Obama's State of the Union address, where he really focused on gun control and how citizens must protect themselves with new laws and referendums that makes it harder for anyone on the street to just be able to grab weapons so easily.
The role of the audience in this portrayal of media literacy is to find a neutral standing point to form your own opinion and not base your opinions off the bias of one news station or the other.
We see that media today should be focusing on news the way it happens, and that should not be targeting to a specific group of people. We see that Fox News is mostly conservative, while MSNBC is mostly liberal, and I often argue that CNN is kind of the middle ground, where it often has been portrayed as slightly liberal. News stations and all media through Twitter, Facebook, and whatever the case may be should broadcast news the way it happens, not what people want to hear.